Willowbrook was a village where life moved slowly. The air was sweet with the scent of wildflowers and freshly baked bread. The villagers lived in harmony with nature. They valued simplicity and community. At the heart of Willowbrook lived Ilara. She was a woman known for her wisdom and healing touch. Ilara lived in a small cottage surrounded by a vibrant garden. It was filled with herbs and flowers that she used in her remedies. The villagers called her the healer. They trusted her completely. Ilara believed that true health came from within. She treated the body and the mind. She taught that nature held the key to well-being. Ilara's reputation extended beyond Willowbrook. People from neighboring towns and villages often sought her help. She welcomed them all with open arms and a kind smile. She believed everyone deserved to experience the healing power of nature. Cedric was a wealthy merchant. He lived in a grand house in a bustling city far from Willowbrook. The city was loud and crowded. The air was thick with smoke and the stench of decay. Cedric's life was consumed by business. He spent his days bargaining, trading, and amassing more wealth. He valued possessions above all else. He sought happiness in material things. He had forgotten the simple joys of life. He never stopped to smell the roses. He never took time to appreciate the beauty around him. Cedric believed that wealth was the key to happiness. He thought money could buy him anything he desired. He had forgotten the importance of health and well-being. His life lacked balance. He was rich in possessions but poor in spirit. One day, Cedric fell terribly ill. His body ached and his mind was clouded. His usual energy was gone. He was weak and unable to work. His wealth and possessions meant nothing. He was alone in his grand house with only servants to tend to his needs. Cedric felt a profound sense of emptiness. He longed for something more. His doctors treated him with the finest medicines, but nothing seemed to help. One day, a traveler passing through the city heard about Cedric's illness. He told him about Ilara. The man described her as a healer with magical powers. Cedric was desperate. He was willing to try anything. He decided to seek out Ilara's help. The journey to Willowbrook was long and arduous. Cedric was unused to traveling without luxury. He arrived at Ilara's cottage feeling weary and defeated. Ilara welcomed Cedric with a warm smile and a calming presence. She listened patiently as he described his ailments. She saw the stress and unhappiness etched on his face. Ilara prepared a simple but nourishing meal for Cedric. She used fresh herbs from her garden. She used vegetables from the village market. The food was flavorful and satisfying. Ilara gave Cedric a cup of tea. He looked up at her with a glimmer of hope in his eyes. They sat at a small table in a cozy room. Ilara then led Cedric to her garden. She taught him about the healing power of nature. She explained how plants, sunshine, and fresh air could revitalize the body and mind. Cedric was skeptical at first, but he was desperate for a cure. He was willing to try anything. Ilara prescribed herbal remedies and breathing exercises. She encouraged Cedric to rest and reconnect with nature. She told him to listen to the birdsong and feel the sun on his skin. Cedric spent his days strolling through the village. He watched the villagers work together. He saw children playing in the fields. He heard laughter echoing through the air. He began to notice the simple things he had overlooked for so long. He saw the beauty in a single flower. He felt the joy in a shared moment. Cedric sat on a bench in the village square, watching children play. He had a slight smile on his face, and he looked more relaxed. Cedric started to understand the true meaning of wealth. It wasn't about material possessions. It was about health, happiness, and connection. He felt a sense of peace he had never experienced before. He realized that his wealth had isolated him from the world. He had been so focused on acquiring things that he had forgotten how to truly live. As Cedric's health returned, so did his appreciation for life. He felt a newfound gratitude for his blessings. He no longer saw wealth as the measure of success. Cedric returned to his business a changed man. He implemented fairer practices. He treated his employees with respect. He used his wealth to help those in need. He became a benefactor of Willowbrook. He funded the construction of a new well. He established a school for the village children. Cedric stood with Ilara in the village square, surrounded by grateful villagers. He looked happy and fulfilled. He was finally living a meaningful life. Cedric learned that true wealth came from well-being and relationships. He embraced the motto, "Health is wealth." He lived a long and fulfilling life, finding joy in the simplest of things. He never forgot the lessons he learned in Willowbrook.